Hello, McFluffy52 here, back with some more Phyrexia All Will Be One action, and today we have another fun combo deck that I think we'll have much more luck getting off, because in a way, it's a bit of a one-card combo. We only need one creature on the board, and then be able to activate it. But the combo is as follows. We have Patchwork Crawler, which says pay 3 mana, exile target creature card from your graveyard, and put a +1 counter on Patchwork Crawler. Patchwork Crawler has all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with it. So the goal here is to get Patchwork Crawler out on the battlefield and mill a bunch of creatures in our graveyard. Cards that we need in our graveyard to combo off, in particular, are Deathbloom Ritualist and Charge Colossus. Deathbloom Ritualist says tap, add X mana of any one color, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So if we mill a bunch of creatures into our graveyard, we can end up with a lot of creatures in our graveyard and generate a bunch of mana. We need at least 4 creatures in our graveyard for this to work. And then we also need to exile with Patchwork Crawler, Depth Charge Colossus, which has a fun ability that says pay 3 generic, untap Depth Charge Colossus, and then what we can do is we can just go ahead, tap for mana with Deathbloom Ritualist, or the tap with that ability, tap the Patchwork Crawler with it, and then untap it with the Depth Charge Colossus ability, generate infinite mana, and hopefully we'll have either milled a Light Up the Night and a Dryad's Revival, or we'll have hopefully milled a Hypnotic Grifter, which can allow us to dump mana into it to connive, which will allow us to draw and discard, and eventually find a Light Up the Night and just boom, one-shot our opponent for as much damage as we need because we can just generate as much mana as we need. That's the combo. Let's go ahead and see if we can pull it off in a normal game. We're not going to be playing ranked here to start off just because I want to see if we can make sure that we can actually get it off here in a reasonable amount of time. And then if we pull off the combo, we'll go ahead and head into ranked. I will say this combo, I didn't, I stumbled upon this deck list when I was looking at Tyvar decks on Aether Hub, and the MTG like assistant meta like whatever had this deck list called like 4 color and it had Tyvar in it, and it was basically this deck. I made some small changes to it. I added like the Hypnotic Grifter, um, as well as like changed out like some of the card numbers, but this deck did come from there. So it is, and it was a best of 3 deck and it had a decent win rate. So let's see how we can do. I don't know if I want to keep this hand. We're gonna go ahead and keep it. What's the worst that could happen? We do have 2 Tyvars, one can die, and then we can get another. We do have our finisher in hand, which is not like the best, but not the end of the world. If you're interested, there will be a full deck tech at the end of the video, so stick around for that. And do we want to just play out Urborg Lhurgoyf? Urborg Lhurgoyf. Um, we'll go ahead and do it. But yeah. Also, if you enjoy Magic the Gathering Arena videos, consider subscribing because we try and make unique decks every single day. Also, check out the other videos. Yesterday we had a combo deck. We didn't necessarily get to pull it off in an actual game, which was very sad. But we did have a combo deck where we can win the game on the spot with like the 3 cards. This combo we can combo a little bit easier because we just need cards in our graveyard. As long as our opponent's not playing a bunch of graveyard removal, we just need like a Tyvar and the Patchwork Crawler. But like the thing is, it's very easy to get the Patchwork Crawler because we can just mill and return it like this. We sent a message there. Alright, this will mill cards and then return a land. Or we can return a land if we milled it that way. Our opponent is holding up a counter spell, probably. They milled an Airtide Scorn, so I'm assuming they have another card in hand. Alright, good. We have one of the combo pieces in our graveyard. Go ahead, attack in with both of these. And we'll go untap Lhurgoyf with Tyvar. So we have a defender, potentially. We do have another Tyvar here, so we could get greedy and just kind of -2 it, but I think we're just gonna tick it up, keep it on the battlefield. We don't want to have to play out spells into counter spells right now. But the nice thing is we have a bunch of 2-drops here that self-mill us, that we can easily get back with Tyvar. Like, look at this. Watch this.
We're in this together.
Undead Butler, we can return this. It mills 3 cards. And then play land. And we potentially just kill our opponent with Urborg Lhurgoyf beatdown because its power and toughness is equal to the number of creatures in our graveyard. Opponent, what are you doing? Are you, I'm assuming they're a mono blue tempo deck. Yeah, it looks like we might just win the beatdown way, which is a little sad, but hey. That's not illegal. Actually, we can do something kind of funny. We don't have a good way of milling. So what we can do here is we can grab this. This allows us to generate red mana, and then we can untap. So they might have a counter spell here, so that might be problematic. We'll light up the knight for, just in case they have a spell pierce. We'll only do it for 10. Actually, we'll just do it for 8. That's a fair amount of damage now. They don't have a counter spell, so that's another thing you can do is you can just generate a bunch of mana with tapping and untapping with Tyvar. We didn't get the combo off, so we're gonna keep on playing standard queue games until we get the full infinite mana, find our card nonsense. Also, our opponent really did not have any answers. Opponent did not do it much for several turns there, which is handy for us, but not necessarily a good representation of this deck's competitive power. Oh goodness. We can play out this instead of our Shigeki. This can help us find a non-shock land. Well, it didn't really do that, which is unfortunate. We need a non-shock green source. I guess we can play Hypnotic Grifter. What the heck is that? I've never seen that. That's crazy. That's funny. Lizard blades with a different art. It's an actual lizard blade. Alright, we'll mill more with Undead Butler. Still no good. Opponent's gonna give their Phoenix Chick double strike and probably pump it up in the sky. We might be just dead to the flyer beatdown. Could play Jace. Ooh. Just like a special poison deck. Alright, we can play Jace. Take it up on that. So it doesn't poison us unless they have a bunch of buff spells for it. Because Toxic says the player dealt combat damage by a creature with Toxic gets poison counters equal to that creature's toxic value. But we're not going to be taking combat damage if its power is negative. So we can Jace ourselves here, and then we might be able to. We won't be able to combo off. We can leave Hypnotic Grifter on the battlefield, maybe. Alright, let's go ahead. Just blow our Jace on ourselves.
Too much noise. Nothing.
Did we hit all of our combo pieces? No, we hit like none of them. Death Charge Colossus. We're still missing one, so we need a mill. Ow. Our opponent's trying to go toxic, so I don't think we'll have a problem with this. There we go. There's the last combo piece. I don't think our opponent's playing a Mana Tithe type ability, so he can probably play down those Dark Slick Shores without any worries. And then next turn we combo off. Alright. The next turn we combo off. I think. If we get a Tyvar, we can combo off next turn. No, we can't combo off next turn, even with a Tyvar. Damn it. Why do they always target the combo pieces? That's not okay. Oh, that does proliferate the Volt Charge. I was wondering, it was like, it's kind of strange. We can return the Patchwork Crawler, play it again, but they might just bolt it. We're dead to the... I mean, I think we're just dead because it's a flyer with double strike with toxic. Ah, they bolted our Patchwork Crawler. So sad. You're not supposed to know what's happening, opponent. Just let us do our thing. Come on. Yeah, we really need Tyvar there. Even if we, like, ran into a Tyvar off the top deck, though, I don't think we would have been able to win because we would have needed one more mana. We need to play Tyvar for 3 mana. -2 Tyvar to mill and pick up a Patchwork Automaton, and then we need 3 mana to exile Deathbloom Ritualist. This hand is interesting, but we need ways to get these creatures into our graveyard. So I don't think we want to actually keep this. We don't want these creatures necessarily in hand. We want them in our graveyard. Opponent thinking real hard. Fair enough. Glad that we at least got to show off the Patchwork Automaton or Patchwork Automaton, Patchwork Crawler, and Deathbloom Ritualist with Tyvar. Alright, this is a decent hand. Ooh, we don't have any way to cast Tyvar. Still really like Tyvar, so we'll probably do it this way. Opponent's going first here. We're gonna cut down the Grifter. I don't really mind as long as our stuff doesn't get exiled. Alright, Golgari, Proliferate, or Toxic is what our opponent's up to. Ooh, we would have probably liked that Blanchwood Prowler. Well, actually, we don't have any green sources, so first we need a green source. We are playing a 3-color deck, so there's one problem, is the lands. Glissa is a nightmare. We'll block with the Butler here, I think. I don't think we're gonna exile this. I don't know if there's anything we want from our grave. Yeah, let's do it just that we have something to do next turn. if we don't top deck a green source. Now this looks like a bit more of a dumb move, picking up the archaeologist, but it's fine. Got a land. The green source acquired. Glissa, though, probably going to be coming for our Tyvar's throat. Our opponent might have a removal spell or a bite spell to remove our things. And then they will get through with Glissa. Well, actually, they can just kill with the Blight Belly in that case. I'm a pretty big fan of Tyvar if we can keep him around. Exile. Huh.
So long as evil lives, so will I.
Maybe we can find a Tyvar off this. We do find a Tyvar, but we also find a Jace. What are we more interested in? Jace can help us mill a ton, but then we need a way to get our stuff back. We'll go with Tyvar. But we might want to hold up Tyvar here and not play it for some time. Got a ton of land this game in our hand. We got Depth Charge. We don't have Deathbloom Ritualist, so we still need to mill some. Great, it's a toxic deck. One in a million. I hate toxic. It's so ridiculously strong. The amount of games I've lost at like 15 plus health to toxic is frustrating.
Impressed? Good. I won't let you fall.
I think we need to mill more, honestly. I think we'll get back a Shigeki. And then if our opponent goes for a Tyvar, we can bounce a Shigeki to hand. Hopefully they don't have it hopefully they don't soul transfer our Tyvar, and we can at least fake block with the Shigeki. Unless it says activate as a sorcery. No, it doesn't. Looks like we're playing against a toxic deck. Necrogen Communion, so it's a real fun toxic deck. Great. Oh, Tyvar's dead anyways. Okay. Well, we can at least fake block with Shigeki. Boom. Auto pay. We'll pay the life. It doesn't matter. They're gonna poison us anyways. Mill. Still none of what we need in our graveyard. Crazy. Mill. Do we find it? Where's the Deathbloom Ritualist? Come on. Not a single one in our graveyard. That's crazy. Are we dead to toxic next turn? We're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 toxic. Great. No, 7. 7. We're taking 7. So we're dead if we don't block a single toxic creature. I don't think we can return anything relevant. Not anything relevant at the moment. Wait, what? Great. I thought we would get a chance to move to blockers. I don't know, I was spaced out. Oh my goodness, we did not find a single Deathbloom Ritualist. That's crazy. 26 cards left in our deck. Not a single one in the top half of our deck. That's unfortunate. Not a single Deathbloom Ritualist. I mean, we have 2 of them. It's not like we have a ton of them, but still, we milled both of our depth charge Colossus, and there's only 2 of them in our deck. Oh, this is an intriguing hand. We have something to do on 2, and then something to do on 3. That will mill us, and then we can play Tyvar turn 4. Damn it! It was such a good hand. It was such a good hand. We've milled like 6 cards easily before Tyvar, and then Tyvar could get us back a card that mills even more. That is definitely unfortunate. All right. Worse hand, but we'll try it. We do need a land. We really need another one. That's a little worrisome. Go ahead and mill this. Mill with this. Ooh, Jace. I'll take that. This is the only one that doesn't do anything as it mills. You have to have it die, and then you can exile and return a creature. Whereas the blue one returns non-creature, non-lands. The green one returns lands. I'll just play this. And then hopefully we can find a land next turn. Opponent can sack their Skull Bomb to draw. Hopefully they don't have a Lightning Strike for our Shigeki. Oh gosh, it's a Forge deck. We are on a serious clock then. Alright, let's go ahead. Do we play Jace and just mill a bunch? That's probably the move. And then next turn we can return Shigeki.
Emotions are distractions. Focus on the facts.
Do we just go for the full mill? We'll go for 6 mil and then we can pick up and stuff.
I will shatter your mind.
We're 1 combo piece away from having everything in the graveyard. We got the Deathbloom, the Patchwork, we just need the Depth Charge. We have a Hypnotic Grifter in hand. We can probably play Grifter and Undead Butler here. Or we can activate our Shigeki, but I don't think we really want to do that. Opponent can speed up their Forge though with their Facade. We're on a serious clock here. We do need a few more creatures in the graveyard.
If there can be no victory,
Please don't hit the Shigeki. Alright. That is fine. That explains why they're playing. Nope, that's not even the one that is a mountain. What do we want to do? Let's play this. We kind of need that out there or in the graveyard to finish the rest of the combo that we hope for. Alright, we need to mill more. We'll tick up once, commit 0, no attacks. And then next turn we Shigeki and Jace mill. And then the following turn, now I think we still need one more turn. We also need like something in our one particular. Go to hell, opponent. They're always sniping the actually most relevant pieces, and it's obnoxious. Can we draw 3 with our Jace yet? No, we only have 12 in our graveyard. Well, we can start blocking with things, which is okay. Yeah, I got the point. Cough. 2 oil counters? Why is it 2? Oh my god, leave my Jace alone. Is anything in our graveyard worth returning? Actually, we can get the Blanchwood Prowler, so maybe we just do that. This is a surefire way to get more mill and more lands. Or a pretty surefire way to get more mill and more lands. Let's go ahead and sack this. Mill. Mill for land. We need more lands. Okay, that's not more lands. We need more lands. There's the land. And then we need like 1 land off the top and more mill. Oh my god, we're so close but so far. 28 cards in our deck left. Opponent's got the Forge going, so we're gonna be... Ugh, we're gonna be dead. We're gonna be dead real soon. Luckily these have 2 toughness, but I think we can survive a few more turns. Our opponent's probably got Volt Charge locked and loaded. We just need them to tap out on their turn before we go for a combo win. Though I think if they went to Volt Charge... Yes, hit whatever you want. It doesn't matter. My face or the creature, it really doesn't make a difference. It's gonna trample over anyways. Yeah, there's a land, so we need to survive 1 turn and mill what we need here. Mill what we need here. Mill what we need here. Okay, that is not what we need. Alright, we're gonna have to just go for it next turn. Because we still don't have it. We still don't have the depth charge Colossus in our graveyard. And we have literally gone through 40 cards of our library. There are literally 2 of them in the last 20 cards. It's obnoxious. Do we just die here? Yes, we do. Just go, opponent. Come on. 2 damage. That takes up at combat, does 1 more damage. We trampled over for 5. We live on 1 unless you have another burn spell, or if you move something, your monumental facades, we take even more damage. How? How are we gone through 40 cards in our library twice in a row and not found the pieces in our graveyard? That's absurd. That is actually absurd. I mean, I guess we can increase the numbers of them, but it's just kind of baffling. I guess you need to mill your entire library. great a toxic deck. That's fun. Ah, fun for the whole family. I'm gonna play Tyvar this next turn. For this turn. Take down, get an Undead Butler or a Blanchwood Prowler. Probably a Blanchwood Prowler. We need more lands. Sorry. I realized I was probably covering up my mic some. Well, I'm not happy to see that I've milled 2 Planeswalkers. 2 very nice Planeswalkers, but we can full kick this Urborg Lhurgoyf and we'll have a giant creature. Not that it will particularly matter because our opponent can probably just block it or like give things unblockable and stuff. Double kick. Looks like we put a bunch of stuff in our graveyard. Still not full combo in grave. I'll go ahead and attack in with this because they can't kill it. And then we'll untap it. Double Scroll's Hive will be hard to compete with, but we can try. Protection from green. Black. We have a 6/7 Urborg Lhurgoyf that will just absolutely block the crap out of that. Weird. Yeah, this is not multicolored. It just has kickers that you can pay for, like, you can use different, Oh yeah, you know what you can do? Watch this. This is gonna be funny. Completely forgot. You know, we have a Tyvar, so what we can do is we can tap this for blue, untap it. Oh, we'll play these out first and see what happens. Nope. I'll get this back. That makes it cheaper. Tap this for black. Play this out. I get it. It's a 9/10. It's scary, but can you just let me play the game? Oh my goodness. That's too funny. Alright, well maybe more Deathbloom Ritualist isn't a terrible idea because that untap is so fun. But did we find the combo in our grave? We have Patchwork Crawler and a Charge Colossus, but we don't have another copy of our Deathbloom Ritualist in our graveyard, so we needed to go to the grave. Alright, well, go ahead, try another game and see if we can get it to go off. That's like the second game where we've won just from having a massive Urborg Lhurgoyf. I mean, when your deck is 90% creatures and self-mill, it gets big. Creatures that self-mill and Urborg Lhurgoyf, it gets big. Does our opponent have a fast start? We don't have a good, like a great hand here. Shigeki, Jace can help us mill a ton. We have a Deathbloom Ritualist in hand, though. That means we need to find the other one in our graveyard, or get it to go to the grave. Another Selesnya Toxic? No, it's not Selesnya Toxic. I don't know what it is. Well, if they don't play out a creature, we can just put in Jace. And then start ticking it up so we can eventually mill Naya. What is this? It's like a chaotic transformation deck? I don't think it is, but it's weird. Definitely strange whatever our opponent's up to. That's not going to be doing any attacking as it stands. Opponent has 4 mana at their disposal thanks to this being a treasure. Alright, we're full colors, so maybe they're just... Are you a 5-color Oni called Anvil deck? I mean, I'll be happy, but also a little bit worried because it does mean that they're going to have a bunch of little tokens that we have to worry about. Is this just like Skull Bombs and Oni called Anvil? It's kind of funny. Alright, go ahead and mill ourselves and try and draw a card. Ooh. That is not all at all what we wanted to mill. We have Tyvar here. We do have a creature to return, so we're not completely out of luck. This will mill us more and find us land. Alright, we got a pretty full graveyard. Or we're getting pretty full here. The light up the night in the grave is not exactly ideal, but it's okay. Opponent didn't tap their Oni Cult Anvil. I'm guessing they want to sacrifice their Skull Bomb or something here. Eye of Malcator. Okay, interesting. We just need to make sure we just keep getting blockers. It is a little unfortunate that it is going to spend most of its time as a artifact. Well, it's going to be an artifact on our turn, so we won't be able to target it with our Jace. So we will have to just repeatedly block this 4/4. I think our opponent's looking at a grave, some. I guess that's what they're looking at. Alright, we can do a similar thing where we play this, tap it blue, play this, mill ourselves, untap it.
There's that second wind.
I possess a certain level of stupidity that is just brilliant. Oh man, I could have untapped the freaking Deathbloom Ritualist and Dryad's Revival, or played out a Patchwork Crawler, really anything. Alright, we have a big mill coming up with our Jace. If we have an opportunity to sacrifice, we're going to be sacrificing this Deathbloom Ritualist. There you go. I have Malcator with Oni Cult Anvil is a cool combo. Opponent keeping their eyes on our Jace. Fair enough. think we're gonna try and leave our Deathbloom Ritualist untapped next turn. Though, we might combo off this turn if we get real lucky with his Jace. We're gonna go ahead and just mill ourselves for... Oh. Admittedly, maybe we should have just done X2. Just so that they would have been more inclined to attack it. Yes, we're gonna be milling ourselves, opponent. Will you let it resolve as an ability? Okay. Not what we need. That is not what we need. Unfortunately. So we're gonna have to, I mean, we can generate a bunch of mana here. Oh wait, yeah, we can just win the game. My bad. Alright, well, I think we can just win the game. Let's go ahead and mill some more, get ourselves a land onto the battlefield. Three more creatures into our graveyard. A bunch more mana to our disposal. We're gonna go ahead, tap this for red or something. Get back our Light Up the Night. Yes. Get us our Light Up the Night back. And then untap the Deathbloom Ritualist. And do a little bit of damage to the face, I think. We can pay 20... You know what, let's do 24. You have 24 red mana. Don't think they can gain enough life. And that will do it. That was, not the combo. Well, it was sort of a combo, but not quite the combo. When you have like 30 mana at your disposal, it's pretty easy to just sling the Dryad's Revival and the light up the night at our opponent's face. I definitely think there's probably some tuning with this deck that you could try and do. We have been lucky that we haven't ran into a single like opponent running graveyard hate, I will say. So that is something that we do need to be worried about. We can put away this so we don't have the problem of having one in hand and none in the graveyard. I was gonna be gaining life here, but we don't really care. The problem is they're a soldier deck, so we're probably gonna be losing on that front. The soldiers are what we like to call really freaking strong. Yes, gain your life. Oh, I would have really loved that Tyvar. We have 2 green sources. That's whatever. Or is this Alex? What is going on? Yes. I hate that it always like hovers a Shigeki every single time we're going. Or the holds up the life gain or sticks on that life gain every single time. Opponent's gonna have a lot of life, but it doesn't really matter. It's a non-legendary card, so you can't really return anything particularly nice here. We'll go ahead and just wait to our opponent's turn, I think. And we'll just return our Shigeki to hand. Return this Shigeki to hand. And then channel it. Maybe our opponent's just gonna go for the sweeper? I don't know. Toxic Shores, I can go to the... Would be nice to not be milling some of these cards. Fine. Go do this. We do have to worry about playing more than 6 lands because this blows up lands. We're going to be channeling the Shigeki to get back our Urborg Lhurgoyf, which can be a massive creature, especially when we kicker it and mill for 6. Channel 1, 2, or actually 1. Yeah, we can only take up 1 anyways, but we don't really need more than 1. And pay a little life. Fine. Double kicker. You're kidding us. I mean, sure. Have your fun. Are you happy yet, opponent? Your counterspell soldier deck? I don't know what the heck they're playing. Are you happy to see the 6/6 Urborg Lhurgoyf? Or 6/7, not bad. There we go, they tutor up a Planeswalker. Probably one... It's a Karn deck? Interesting. Well, these lands we're obviously keeping. These ones are pretty good as well. Do we need that many green sources? Just keep it even. Even steaming. Exile it and we can return a creature from our graveyard to hand. Sure. Why not? Question is, what do we want? Probably Shigeki. Alright, this first. Light up the night. Now you're just exposing our plans. Come on now. The full combo is not in graveyard yet. We're gonna hope that our opponent doesn't kill our Shigeki. I don't think they will be. They can play their Karn, I don't care. I actually respect this. They're playing a Karn deck. It's not a Soldier's deck, it's the Karn deck.
Sleeper agents walk among us. Be careful who you... Dominaria's treasures will aid us in our fight.
It is funny though, they're playing Yoshin Frontliner. Maybe they're just... I don't know. It's clearly like a Karn control style deck is their sort of plan. Not a single relevant card. At least for us right now. It would be really nice if we could return our Tyvars from our graveyard, but we can't. We could channel this, return a... Wow, we haven't hit any of those either. The blue self-milled creatures. Wow. Deathbloom Ritualist this year. You need like one other, the Depth Charge Colossus to really combo. Opponent could counterspell us. Do we want to just instead pick up 2 things? Maybe that's the move here. Blanchwood, or like an Undead Butler, and a Urborg Lhurgoyf. They're afraid of the Goyfs. Here, let's go for the Goyf. And a Undead Butler. Alright, where are you, Goyf? And then Undead Butler. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, opponent. Sorry we took a little while. This will be a massive creature if we can get it done. Their opponent might counterspell it again. Oh, okay, I take this back. Well, that's cool. You're supposed to only live off the Karn ultimate. None of the Cityscape leveler nonsense. I mean, we'll take a Shigeki back. We're gonna have to remove our Goyf if we play it down.
Have secrets to uncover.
Ooh, we actually want that in the grave. This is very, very silly. They're gonna destroy it with the Cityscape leveler. I would presume, and then we're gonna take
Heard you needed a hero.
10 damage.
Here I am. Much to consider.
They're going for the ultimate. I respect.
Geometric perfection.
Geometric perfection. We need a Tyvar. If we get a Tyvar off the top, whew, whew, whew. That is disgusting if we get a Tyvar off the top. Not a Tyvar off the top. It's not how this game's supposed to go. You're supposed to just win, right? Alright, so we're gonna do a few things. We're gonna probably play the Urborg Lhurgoyf out. We're gonna probably channel this though. For one. We should tap our Power Stones and we get back our Patchwork. Auto pay. Play this. We're not gonna kick it. We have stuff in our graveyard. It's big. It's big. It does the job. It looks scary. Play this. And then we'll play this. And then next turn, we combo off. We just need to survive. Our opponent will destroy our Urborg Lhurgoyf with their Cityscape Leveler, and then hopefully they won't trample over for enough damage.
This is an interesting fact.
We do need a card in hand. Oh no! That's death. I think that's death. No, 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 no. The one card that would completely blow us out freaking shows the fuck up. You're actually kidding me. You're kidding me. You're actually, oh my goodness. There's no way. Freaking Urza Prince of Krug off the top. Bullshit. It's bullshit. We were okay if if it wasn't for the Urza Prince of Krug. I think we would have even survived the Why can I never perform the combo during the actual video? I can get it to go off like 2 or 3 times in like practice games and then I record nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This hand's trash. Let's keep it. Just save ourselves time. There's no point in going against Raw Priest. It's unlikely win with such a slow start. We had no creatures until turn 3. That's a bit annoying, but hey. Oh my goodness. We're literally a turn away. Why do they have to be playing Cityscape Leveler? Our Urborg Lhurgoyf could have chumped anything but the Leveler. Okay, Hypnotic Grifter. Geki. Really? Burn. You know what? You just get your free win. Alright? I can't. I can't. You're going to win. You're going to do it in like another 2 minutes. You're just trying to farm your wins here. Get your win. If you wanted to kill creatures and cast spells, too bad. If you're trying to complete one of those quests, too bad. Alright, we got a decent hand. By decent, I mean, not so good. And we're playing against Golgari fight, so we're probably gonna lose. Bushwhack? Why are you playing Bushwhack? That's awkward. Darksix Shores comes in untapped. Are you domain deck? What is the plan here? What is the plan, Stan? You're not a domain deck. Alright, one combo piece in the grave. One in our hand, unfortunately. You need to just keep on finding lands here, I'm not gonna lie. We can probably chump with the Blanchwood Prowler, but it looks like they're looking for a fight. Bushwhack. Cool with that. Ah, perfect. Blanchwood Prowler, hopefully into a land. Perfect. And then we can go ahead and play out Archaeologist. I have let up in the Knight in hand. Just need the Deathbloom in the graveyard. And 2 more lands. This is the game. This is the game. Our opponent doesn't manage to just murder us here like crazy. We have a chance. We're gonna go ahead and just tank hits for right now. Or maybe we triple block the... We want to get Tyvar down next turn. I don't think we do. So I think maybe we just go about chumping. Block. Block. Deathbloom Ritualist can jump on the No. Okay, that's a bit problematic. It is a bit problematic. Put this in the field. It doesn't really make a difference because we can always get it back with Tyvar. They're at 7 lands. What the hell? We're getting beat by not even like Citizen Tribal. It's like a very strange, nonsensical Citizen Tribal. Block with this. Chump. Block here, and then we can also block here. We are only making 1 chump here. Is that good? I think so. And they go down a bunch of creatures. I feel like they're forcing us a little bit too much. Okay. We basically just need Deathbloom Ritualist to die here and us to get a land. And hardly even that. Why did I have +2/+0 that one time? Oh, is the Weather Seed. Too bad Deathbloom Ritualist isn't gonna die here. Don't think it will, at least. We might have to go on the mill plan. I mean, we could blow it up ourselves. Which seems kind of silly. Um. Alright, we're gonna kick a Lhurgoyf. Full kick. Mill a ton. And then technically we have a full cost Jace here that we can also mill with. Do we want to do that? I mean, sure. We can also just tick down on something. The full cost Jace means that we mill the rest of our library practically, so that does mean that we combo off next turn, most likely. So let's just do this. Did we not hit another? You are kidding me. Nope. Alright, well, we have a massive Urborg Lhurgoyf that we're gonna have so much trouble trying to get through, but it looks like we're gonna have to win the old-fashioned way where you just Tyvar, Deathbloom Ritualist, light up the night. It's cool, but it's not the coolest we could have done. We're gonna top deck the second Deathbloom Ritualist. It's gonna make me sad. Man, how hard is it? Opponent. Yeah. Well, that's a good demonstration of the bug that's currently in the game right now. Citizen's Crowbar, and I think there's one other card besides Citizen's Crowbar. They're bugged, so if you activate them, you sacrifice your entire board. Or like, at least Citizen's Crowbar is. So. But yeah, we had a pretty clean win there with the Deathbloom Ritualist next turn with Light Up the Night. We can play Tyvar, tap this for 17 red, untap it, tap it for another 17 red, do 30 damage directly to our opponent's base, and win the game. Alright, well, I think we're going to call it there for this deck. We didn't quite get the combo off, but you at least saw the value of like just a crap ton of self-mill with Deathbloom Ritualist and Light Up the Night. In that regard, I think there are some like adjustments you can make to this deck. We are 61 cards, which is not really that relevant. We're going to be self-milling ourselves a ton. One card probably won't make that much of a difference. You could trim it down like one card somewhere. In that case, you might want to trim down like Patchwork Crawler. I would say though, I don't know. It would be nice to have like one or two more of like, at least the Deathbloom Ritualists are very good with Tyvar, just period. And then we can get back the Light Up the Night with our Shigeki or Dryad's Revival. And so we can generate a ton of mana, get back the Light Up the Night, and then with like the ton of mana, just burn our opponent. That basically is just like Deathbloom Ritualist, untap it with Tyvar, burn the opponent. That was honestly the most common way we ended up winning today. We didn't ever really get the combo off, which is like Crawler with Deathbloom Ritualist and Charge Colossus, which can help you basically just generate infinite mana. And then if you also have a Hypnotic Grifter, you can just connive your way through your library. So you need at least one card in hand if you have like the Hypnotic Grifter, because of the fact it's connive where you draw this card. But you can go ahead, draw this card the way through your library until you hit the particular piece that you need to finish off your opponent, which is going to be generally Light Up the Night, where you can just do X damage to the opponent's face. So yeah, that is the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh yeah, I guess I should actually go through like a real deck tech instead of just saying things. So we have two Hypnotic Grifters. These basically exist because we can connive with them, which is something to do. So if we have this on the battlefield, we draw something irrelevant, or we want something in our graveyard, we can connive it away with the Hypnotic Grifter. I guess that's kind of our plan if we draw into a Deathbloom Ritualist and we're trying to get in the graveyard to combo off. But also just playing out the Deathbloom Ritualist has demonstrated itself as a very strong plan. But this also in our graveyard is good because we can Patchwork Crawler it to basically get its activated ability and then use it as we please. Light Up the Night, this is our finisher. It also has Flashback, where we can remove X loyalty to do among planeswalkers we control. If you cast it this way, X can't be 0, so you can remove say we can remove like the 5 counters from Jace and do 6 damage to something. So there's like that we can use if it's in our graveyard, but most of the time we want it in our hand so we can just dump a bunch of mana into it and burn our opponent. Patchwork Crawler, this is the card the combo is kind of built off of, where you exile like Deathbloom Ritualist, that charge, and the Grifter, and then you can just go off. You really just need to, first off, you need this without Summoning Sickness or Tyvar, and then you just exile the Deathbloom Ritualist, and then you can tap the Deathbloom Ritualist for enough mana to exile the Charge Colossus, and enough mana to like, so you need like 6 or 7 creatures in your graveyard. I guess it might be, yeah, you need like 7 creatures in your graveyard because you exile the Deathbloom Ritualist, so there's 6 in your graveyard. You tap for 6 mana. You pay 3 of it into the Patchwork Crawler to exile the Charge Colossus, and then 3 to untap it, and then you have your infinite mana source to go ahead and go off, and then you can go ahead and exile Grifter to use its activated ability to find whatever you need. We also have the Archaeologist card, the Self-Mill card from Brothers War in blue. Mill 3 cards, non-creature, non-land cards, so we can get our Planeswalkers, our Dryad's Revival, and our Light Up the Night. With that, if we mill any of these creatures when we're milling with this card, we can go ahead and put those cards in our hand. And, yeah. And then if we don't, we get a counter. Undead Butler, this just mills 3 cards upon entry, and then if it dies, we can exile it from, like, the battlefield, I guess, or from our graveyard, whatever, and then return target creature from our graveyard to our hand. So this can be helpful if we need to get like another like mill card, or Shigeki is like one of the maybe more prominent. It's like if we can get back Shigeki, we can play Shigeki, and then we can use Shigeki's channel ability to pick up like a Light of the Night or something like that. Or we can go ahead and pick up like a Lhurgoyf and just get a massive creature on the board, which is fun. Next up, Blanchwood Prowler. This is to help us hit our land drops, and it mills 3 cards. So mill 3 cards, and then if we mill the card or a land card that way, put it into our hand, and if we don't, put a +1 counter on it. Shigeki, this card has been around for a while now, but you play it, you wait a turn, and then you can pay 2 to return it to your hand, reveal the top 4 cards of your library, and you may put a land from among them onto the battlefield tap, put the rest into your graveyard. And then we can also channel it for XX and 2 green to return X target non-legendary cards from your graveyard to your hand, which is nice. And then we have Urborg Lhurgoyf, which is power and toughness is equal to the number of creature cards in our graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that, or sorry, I said power and toughness. Its power is equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that +1. And then we can pay blue and a black to kick it, and then for each of those kicker costs that we pay, we can mill 3 cards. So this can be a 4 mana, like mill 6, and a very large body. Dryad's Arrival. This card is super good because it has flashback. So when we start like generating a ton of mana, we don't really care about the flashback cost. And we're gonna probably mill this into our graveyard, so this gives us a way to return a card from our graveyard while also like even if it's in the graveyard. In fact, it turns it into our graveyard sort of into a resource, which is dope. Tyvar. This card is amazing in this deck because, well, if you haven't noticed, all of our creatures are 2 mana or less, besides these 4, the Deathbloom Ritualist and the Charge Colossus. So we can almost like always just -2, mill 3 cards, pick up another card that goes and enters the battlefield and mills 3 cards, like one of these archaeologists, the butler, or the prowler. And then if we need another land drop, we can like pick between these. Okay, we need a land drop, we can pick up the prowler. If we just need like a bigger body, this can work, and then it can also return something eventually. This, if we're looking for like, I don't know, Jace or something, this can mill, and then we can pick up. Sorry, I'm yawning. Can mill and pick up one of our non-creature cards. Jace, this card is pretty nice in this deck because we can just play it and then mill ourselves for a bunch, and that can help us to almost guarantee that our combo cards are in our graveyard. And even if they're like not in the graveyard, uh, and we can at least like fill our graveyard enough to the point where Deathbloom Ritualist generates like an ungodly amount of mana, which is pretty dope. Light Up the Night, we already talked about it. Deathbloom Ritualist, this is basically what 50% of the deck is built around, right? Generating a ton of mana is kind of the key to blowing up our opponent with Light Up the Night, and the Deathbloom Ritualist is an amazing card from Bodos of War that I don't think people have given it enough respect, honestly, because dang, we were generating some nutty amounts of mana with this. Makes me wonder if there's other things we could do with it instead of just going for a burn spell to the face. And then lastly, Death Charge Colossus. Never planning to really cast this card. We want it in the graveyard so we can exile it with the Patchwork Crawler and then combo off because it has this sweet untap ability built in. And then the lands, they're just the rare lands that I had for the most part that fit these colors. We're not playing any red lands because, well, Light Up the Night's really only relevant if we have a Deathbloom Ritualist, and we can tap it for red mana at that point. And yeah, we have some of the Darkslick Shores, and then that's about the only new lands from Phyrexia All Will Be One. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. It all helps out a ton. And have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Ciao.